guest to everyone. It's Ada from Pause and Rock, and I'm really happy to have with us Jules from Set Your Sail. First of all, how are you, Jules?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I was looking for
Yeah, you must be really exhausted with all this interview for the promotion because the album is gonna be out, in a couple of days this week, I think, next week. Now.
Yeah, it's coming out this Friday. So now we have Monday or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just a couple days and it's been an exhausting but yet good time, of course, because I'm very
yeah,
thankful for you guys
yeah,
for taking your time.
because as well, that blood is it's stunning, and I can't wait to listen to all the album. And you showed previously that is behind you now, an amazing vinyl. So I might think, the question is easy. So you're gonna release the copy as well physically because there is an amazing vinyl. So you already answered to the question that with the format is gonna be on NCDs, MP3, and every type of format. But before we just speaking a little bit about Bad Blood, and you guys really went so fast in the music scene. You are new, you are fresh, you have your own style. I don't know how to say it. I like it, and there's this kind of colorful thing going on. These colors that leads in the Set Your Sails that keep it beautiful, fresh, and at that aesthetic, which is gorgeous. I mean, I love it. And before start to speak about this last release now, because we can say the last release,
hmm
and your debut album Nightfall. I just want to ask a little bit about your musical background, because of course you are an amazing front woman, and I mean, how we started everything.
So my background story musically, I'd say is very reduced because I only listened to, I'd say, three bands or something
Okay.
since 32 years, which is definitely AC/DC, one of them.
Mm,
So I'm more into like rock and roll music, I'd say.
okay.
And that, yeah, and that had a huge effect on Bad Blood because Bad Blood feels a little bit more almost punkish, kind of rock and rollish, and less metalcore like.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that had a huge influence. I like poppy choruses, opening up choruses, and we have like every song on Bad Blood has a very poppy or rock and roll chorus rather than metalcore. So yeah, I'd say I come from a more rock corner rather
Yeah.
than metal corner.
Yeah, let's say that I don't want to say that Bad Blood is kind of a turning point album, but of course, let's say sound wise, because from your debut album, which the main we can say the main difference sound wise that we can hear on Bad Blood. You mentioned about this rock roll vibe, but of course, like a kind of an evolution, because of course the debut album is always like you are on the scene, and it's always the first time. It's like a still of that moment, and now you're going moving forward and experimenting and just betting and betting on your music. So would you see this journey?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Like when we wrote Nightfall, we didn't really know where to go. We
Yeah.
tried out a bunch of things and ended up with this full-on metalcore style.
Yeah.
And that was necessary because I was struggling with a lot of mental issues at that time. I needed to get a lot of stuff out of my head, which is still the case, but I feel like I found a more mature way of writing
Yeah.
songs. It's a little bit more grown up, a little bit more standing up for yourself rather than being stick with this victim role, pretty much. I'm sorry, my cat is making noises all the
It's
time.
okay. We love animals. If you want to bring it or her, bring him up. Bring her.
Her, yeah.
Love
Oh
cat.
man. Yeah. So yeah, it does have a different vibe. It's not as
Yeah.
heavy, I'd say. You can listen to it more easily. It's not you don't have to dig in so deep. I'd say
Yeah.
it's not so heavy, you know.
Yeah.
Still has a lot of honesty in it, a lot of depth from the lyrical side.
Yeah. Of course.
Um, yeah, but it's a little lighter. It's like you can listen to it in your car. There's even some I'd even say some almost punk style rock and
Yeah.
roll songs on it. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, you know. It's not as heavy as Nightfall, I'd
Yeah,
say.
of course. But it was kind of really like brave at the beginning as the debut album, you know, you having something so deep. I mean, like almost like, okay, we're doing an album, we do something deep. It might be even, I think when you wrote this album, I mean, when all of you wrote this album, composed this album, and put it out, did you felt a little bit like kind of, could it be kind of, I don't know, maybe people wouldn't receive it as we receive the album, as we feel the album, maybe because it's too deep, you know, because sometimes, especially when you have, now let's say that mental issues are more accepted and understood, but maybe at the beginning, like, maybe, I don't know, we're making a mistake or something, because it was a brave step to do.
So the thing with this record is, Andre and I wrote this album even before we had a record deal, even before we were signed by Napalm or something. It was really like sitting in my bedroom writing songs only for myself. And then I wrote songs with Andre on this record in his room, really very isolated. And we didn't think about it as if people gonna hear it or something. We didn't know that we would sign to Napalm, right? We were like, we're a small band, let's just write songs that we like. So we finished the album, went to studio, finished the album, and then our management took the album and applied us to different
Yeah.
labels, right? So at the time it was written, we had no clue that it would go worldwide, and I don't know. And so yeah, I was definitely scared, especially with songs like Secrets and something like that, being very personal and very deep. And I was like, man, can I do this? Can I really share this? Is that okay? Or is it too much? Do I even want this? But the thing is, at every show, and I really mean that, people come up to the merch table either crying or with tears in their eyes saying, thank you so much for being so honest. Thank you for writing songs as Secrets, for example. I had a guy standing in front of me and he was bursting into tears. He was like, thank you for Secrets. It's 100% my story. And he was like, can I give you a hug and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Can I give you a hug? Like, what's happening? And I wouldn't expect that at all, that even people would really understand what it's about, or even people even listen to it, because I was like, it's just gonna
Yeah.
release it, maybe 10 people gonna listen to it or
No,
something.
but I think
So it's like, yeah, it's
that's
weird.
but that's when you are honest. Even sometimes you don't think about you just putting lyrics there because you're writing, like it's like you're writing for yourself, and then all the world is gonna listen to that. And it's
Hmm.
see, like you saw, everyone, almost everyone felt like there's a piece, because we don't speak about, you know, what's going on in our mind, what's going on in our, we try to keep it for ourselves. Instead you put it out, and that, especially, I think you can understand the youngest, because if you think when we were, for example, teenager, even in our 20s, it wasn't so easy talking about any issue. Doesn't have to be just, even sometimes bullyism, it wasn't easy. We were just like
Hmm.
keep everything inside, and there was not so many song about it. Even if you had a panic attack or anxiety or something, of fears,
Yeah.
we didn't have, I mean, we had maybe, we could have some, you know, like kind of idol, let's say, but we didn't have not so many musician and people to, you know, and especially lyrics they could see our
Hmm.
songs. So now you're giving this kind of tool, this kind of, which is your song, your lyrics, to these new girls and guys. So
Yeah.
it was brave, but it was something needed. So let's say you did a big step, but now let's say with the Bad Blood, it's like we are chilling a little bit. We want to have fun. We want to have fun. So, and of course, lyric wise, because of course, like I said, it's more easy, something that you can listen in your car while you're driving. So, lyric wise, how we could describe Bad Blood?
I'd say it's reckoning, like it's very you know, it's kind of like almost sarcasm in it, and it's very upfront. I'd say it
Okay.
does have an aggressive vibe, but in a fun kind of way. And like
Okay.
it's not like I'm stuck in my victim role and everything fucks. It's more like, you know what, you want to fight with me? Guess what? You can't, because I don't give a shit about that. You can stick with it. I don't give a shit. I will move on. I will keep doing my stuff and it works. So fuck you. Stuff like that. It has this attitude. And of course, it's still about topics as struggling, as you already said,
Yeah.
with panic attacks and my depression, my fight with depression. And it has heavier songs on it. And by saying that, I mean more vulnerable songs that
Okay.
take you really deep into your mind and
Okay. Healing.
give yeah, they give a taste of how my brain works and how I'm so self-destructive, how I'm always blaming myself and I
Yeah.
don't know, trying to mess everything up that I build and stuff like that. But all at once, it has a more upfront, I'm a strong woman, I stand up for myself. You can go fuck yourself. I'm still here,
Exactly.
so
That's
that is the vibe that it has.
that's an important message, especially, I'm sorry to say, but for women, because we most of the time have to stay lower to the standard, lower to the whatsoever the societies tell us. We have always to say yes, to stay silent. And I think we have all the right to say no, and let's say we have all the right to say whatever we want. So
Of course
thank
we
you
do.
for this album, because I think it will help as well a lot of women, because I know a lot of people that are just sitting, staying silent, just doing whatever. For example, the boyfriend, the girlfriend wants, just their own partner, and all their friends, their family, just sitting there against all that they're willing, what they want to do. And sometimes
Hmm.
it's not right. So writing about this is just giving you're showing yourself. That's right. You're showing to the people who you are, but at the same time you're telling them, look, I did this, I did it, and I stand up for myself, so you can do that as well. So let's say that it's as well, like it's not
Hmm.
a manifest for men, women, whatsoever, but we are women talking here, so let's say that in this case. Because and of course, like of course, because the set your style, it's for me, like when I saw your video clips, when I listened to your music, it's something that when you're singing as a front woman, I think really captures that everyone sees you. I mean, I don't know what's when you're singing, everyone disappears. I mean, the other musicians are amazing too. We love
We
love,
love you guys.
but it's something about you that I think make you different as well from a lot of other front women, and especially a lot of I don't know what was. That's why I insisted to talk with you. But I think I mean, Max, really, it's your voice. Did you ever did something? Did you study it? I don't know. How was your, let's say, your path in your vocal skills? Because you just wake up and said, okay, I can sing. Give me a microphone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I was like, I always played instruments ever since I can remember, but I always played drums or guitar or
Okay.
whatever. And I always wrote songs, and then I started as a composer, as a songwriter, you need to find melodies, right? And you do that by either using your piano, for instance, or using your voice because you're like,
Yeah.
maybe something like that, finding melodies. And that's when I started using my voice, and I was like, I don't know. At first, I was like, sounds weird because it doesn't really sound female. It doesn't really sound male. I don't know. It sounds something in between. That's what I taught myself. It's a weird voice. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but um, and then there was a friend of mine, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm learning how to shout and stuff." And I got the CD from Melissa Cross. It's called Sound of Screaming. It's a DVD. It's a very famous teacher, and she teaches famous singers how to scream and stuff. And he was like, "I bought the DVD, and I'm trying to learn it." And then he demonstrated it by doing the fry scream. And fry scream is very quiet. It's very like in the I don't know how to explain it, but it's a quiet kind of screaming. and he was like, "Hey, try it out," and stuff like that. And I was like full on screaming, like shouting, not doing fry screaming. It was so loud. I was like, I shouted, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What was that?" And he's like, "You can fucking shout." And then I took some time and I did my research how not to destroy
Ruin.
your vocal
Yeah.
cords and how it's working, how to breathe and stuff. And then I don't know, I just found a band, started playing in bands, tried out what I can do with my voice, where I wanted to go. And then I decided to move to Cologne and decided that this is the city where I will find the right people to start a band and it's gonna work. That's what I manifested back in the
Exactly.
time. And I just moved here without knowing anybody. I just moved here. It's like it's gonna work. I know it deep in my mind. I know it's gonna work here. I just moved here, found Andre like about a month after I moved here,
Okay.
and then found the people, and somehow it worked. I don't know. And then I was just experimenting with the voice, and now I'm taking vocal lessons since I don't know, a couple months.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that was like really manifesting. I mean, you should
Yeah.
create. You have a vision board at your right.
Oh,
Hidden.
girl, if I can tell you, I do have a long history of witches in my family, and this is
Oh
no
well,
shit.
we
Yeah,
are
it's no
too.
shit.
We are too. We can talk about it and dig about it.
This is no shit. Really, people were actually crossing the street when my grandmother was walking
Oh, wow.
on the streets, and people would cross the streets because they do not wanted to look at her because she was labeled a witch. She was known as a witch, and her mother, and so
Yeah,
on.
something
And
in
so,
heritage,
so
like
maybe,
ancestry.
maybe,
Yeah, and maybe you
maybe
have
it's in my
something.
blood.
You have something. The blood is that. The blood is that. But that's why, like I said, you said that moving to Cologne will give you that, and you get it. You got it, and you get it. I mean, everything is going fucking great, and now you have a tour as well.
Yeah, our first co-head tour. This is insane. Like we just started playing real shows 2 years ago. We started touring, like really touring. 2 years ago, we were already planning our co-head tour, and two shows are already sold out. It's all crazy, man. I cannot believe it. I don't know how it's working, but it's
You're
working.
good.
It's
You
sick. It's really sick.
you're good. You're new. You're doing something that is fresh. You're fun. You're mixing this deepness, these tough topics, but with a freshness that is in all of you guys, in all of you. And like I said, there's the video clip. Fucking, they are so amazing. The aesthetic of those video clips, Jesus. I mean, I want those. I
We
want
have
those.
another one
Really?
coming out tomorrow at 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tomorrow is a
Okay.
new song coming out. It's called Bad Company, and it's coming out with a fresh, very, very cool video. It's the
I might.
coolest video
And the
we've
videos
ever made.
are amazing. I mean, there's someone that is you got like, for example, a fixed video editor, or just you hire different director for music video, because it's amazing. I mean, you went from out just you look like you're born on the set.
I hate shooting videos. I mean, thank you so much, but I hate it. I'm always freezing. Like shooting lately, I was laying on the ground, man. It was like minus 10 degrees. I was shaking. I was like, I don't want to do this. I hate this. But I don't know, man. It works out. Of course, it's fun. Of course, it's fun, but it's always, a lot of pressure. You want it this way and that way, and you do not find a
Yeah.
location, and it's not 100%. But I have to say this. Um,
Yeah.
that company, as I said, is coming out tomorrow, 2 p.m. And this um, video is my favorite because what we did was we went into a nightclub and
Okay.
got a lot of people. We got a
Okay.
lot of people, and these people were pretending to having a party, and they were dancing around. And we also had um not really strippers, but they are like pole dancers. Do you
Okay.
say that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Pole
pole dancers,
dancer.
but very aesthetic. It's not like sexualized or
No.
something.
No.
These are very beautiful women dancing on a
That's
pole
freaking amazing.
thing, and it's so cool. You have to check it out. I really like
I
it.
mean,
That was a lot of fun.
yeah, because I like
Yeah.
it, the aesthetic as a kind of as well a role in Set Your Sails. Like I play this kind of beautiful veil, like it's kind of an aesthetic that gives you, like you still and listen and see this video even with tough topic, but in a positive way. Gives you, it's like chilling. It's like give you like a fresh, like, oh, finally a good video clip and not an I don't know clip. That's, I mean,
yeah, we really tried to find the meaning of the song and represent it visually, and that's always very hard, but I feel like with this one, it really matches my taste also, and I don't know, I like it, love it.
yeah, and of course,
So
like
yeah.
we were talking about the live. So this tour, when you gonna start? And if you remember, the first the well, all okay, it will be mainly, let's say, spread it. Just not to go to
So the tour.
Yeah.
So the tour is taking place here in Germany. It's
Okay.
all German tour. And it's all across Germany, and we do have a second band, as already said, it's a co-headliner tour. So we have our friends from Rising Insane, you have to check them out. If you like our music, you definitely have to check them
Yeah,
out.
soon
They're
as the
great
tour is
songwriters.
gonna be off, I'm gonna interview them too.
Yeah. Yeah, they are oh man, this is gonna be all crazy. This is so insane. Our set is over an hour long. We have a lot of songs from Nightfall, but we almost play every song from the new record. We have special versions of the songs. We have
Why, that's
acoustic
amazing.
stuff. Yeah, we have some specific things going on with the drums. We programmed lights for 2 days. We did a pre-production for 2 days. We were like, we
That
have to do this great and big, and it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a full-on rock show from the beginning to the end, and it's gonna be. I will probably need oxygen after that, like in hospital, but it's gonna be sick. I cannot wait.
I mean,
It's
because of course
crazy.
it's gonna be. I mean, yeah, because you said you're playing a lot of songs from Bad Blood and Nightfall. So anyone that even, for example, just didn't know, for example, just know you by the names and maybe listen even one song, can just jump into the gig, into the live show, and know you completely in one show. So this is the perfect time to get to know Set Your Style well. Before
Yeah, and I'm always
early,
trying to involve people. I'm always trying to pick out some certain words that people can get involved, and I
yeah.
even take people on stage, come with me, sing the song, jump from the stage into the crowd. I don't know, do whatever you want. I sometimes just take the mic and give it into the crowd. I don't know. I like involving people because we're all in this together, right? We may
Yeah,
be playing the music, but you're listening to it, and we're all here to have some fun. So let's do it together, right?
exactly. Exactly.
And that works pretty well. So you can just come. You don't even have to know us. You will have a great time. I'm pretty sure of that.
So right now it is gonna be this German tour that when it's gonna start.
It's gonna start on a release date, which is April 12th,
So it's kind of
and
part.
it's gonna be a release. I'm gonna be. I don't know what's happening, but I will drink a couple of Jägermeisters this Friday definitely. So we will have a party. I wrote this record in 3 months. I'm all done. I don't want to hear something about songwriting for the next three years. I feel like
I mean,
I just want to have a great time and just drink
I mean,
stuff.
you have a lot of big event going on in your life now. You have a tour. You have to go to touring all around Europe because people get to know you around Europe, around the world. There are festivals. So let's say that you have to just spread your music, the two album throughout the. So I think that, yeah, maybe a couple of years can be enough of touring all the time. Then you have an amazing. It's a say congratulations again. But engagement, that's a big event too. So you should have a little bit of fun now because
Yeah,
you really wrote in so short in time.
yeah.
Oh my god,
hmm
you're
That was sick. The thing is, as you already said, we played so many shows. Like I was telling the guys all the time, guys, I need time to write songs. They were like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay. And then they were like, oh, we can go on tour with Cypcore. We can go on tour with a lot of the Lost. We can go on tour and we can do this and that and this and that. And then by the end of last year, I was like, Guys, as you may still know, we do have a contract with Napalm Records, and we have to hand it another record. So maybe I should start songwriting. And
You rushed.
then I was on a full work mode with my producer for 3 months straight. I was working my ass off for this record. It was really sick. I was writing for 4 hours every single day, and then went onto my 9 to 5 job, and then worked for 8 hours straight after that. So I was working for 12 to 13 hours every fucking single day to write this record. And once it was done, I was like, this is it. This is it. But the thing is, I already worked for the next record and already wrote so many choruses. I don't know, I have like 15 choruses or something like that for the next record. So I'm just gonna let it be at this point. I have 15 ideas. Just gonna keep it on my PC and just gonna completely relax. Just gonna, if anyone is asking me for songwriting, I'm just gonna be, you shut the fuck up, and I would just have a good time now.
Now you deserve to chill. You deserve to just. I mean,
I will.
let's show the vinyl to the viewers. It's a fucking freaking cool. It's
Look at this thing.
I mean, the artwork is insane.
I even have the CD.
Look, is
Yeah,
I did colors and all that.
I did this artwork with our designer, and I sent him. I had this idea of putting a lot of eyes on it, so I sent him about 50 to 60 eyes in different directions. They're like this all the time, and then he turned it into this.
That's amazing because it has
so sick.
Its own style and this aesthetic that I think you're gonna launch a fucking. Do you want to see all Pinterest and all this social media full with your own aesthetic? Because I think you have your own brand.
Oh, I'd love to.
You did. Because those colors, those aesthetic, it's Set Your Sail. So I was talking with a friend of mine. She was, so you're interviewing Jules SETYÖURSAILS? I said, yes, why? You already have those colors, fuchsia black and that and pink and white. So, okay. You made that palette of colors. You think you're creating your kind of your own, let's say, we will see a lot of teenagers going out, but even me, grown up, woman, whatsoever, doesn't matter, even man, kids, with your own aesthetic, because you're creating this, which is cool, because how many bands they can say that today, behind the music, the sound, they can create as well their own style and their own aesthetic. And not so many. So you did. Yeah. So you wrote an album fast. You're doing on tour. You make your own style. So what the fuck?
Stop.
You're doing really
red. You're making me turning red. I'm just doing my thing. I'm very, I feel like everyone is good at least one thing and is very like hyper focusing on something specific. And this is my way. I'm very bad at, I don't know, drawing, or I don't know, you name it, a zillion things I'm not good at. But this is my thing, I'm a songwriter ever since. I'm a musician. I like playing different instruments. I like songwriting, and that may impress a bunch of people, but I'm sure that everyone is good at doing something. Maybe you're good at, I don't know, cooking, tattooing, I don't know, drawing, I don't know what
Sleeping.
It is. Sleeping. Me too.
That's the best job ever.
Oh, nice.
We should be paid for sleeping. Everyone can you imagine a 9 to 5 job? What's your occupation? Professional sleeper.
Imagine. Maybe you can get paid for that. Actually, like testing out like different, I don't know what.
And then you wake up, you write a song, and you come back to sleep. I mean, we should apply for that. If I find out, I'll send you some LinkedIn.
Yeah.
With your own aesthetic. We will use all the SETYÖURSAILS aesthetic. We'll be like the new LinkedIn patch. You know what? If there was still MySpace, if you remember, we probably SETYÖURSAILS aesthetic. For sure, there will be all these things going on the page, because that was cool. It was you can let's say customize my space. With now the social media, they are pretty standard, but we do not complain. But for the time being, Jules, I know it's pretty late for both of us, and we probably will fall asleep in a while. Like, I have a pillow here, you will have your keyboard. It's not comfortable as the pillow. I mean, first, congratulations for your big event, your personal life. I wish you all the best to both of you. You're
Thank you.
amazing. And have fun to the tour and to the party. Get drunk for me too, please. Take a reminder for me too. And looking forward to see tomorrow of the video. I will definitely check it out. And it was really funny. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, it was. Thank you so much for having me. And I just remember something, because you're based in Italy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we will be playing Italy.
Okay.
And I don't exactly know the date, but if it's somewhere near where you're at, I'd like to invite you to the show.
Of course I'm gonna be there.
Nice. You can just hit me up on Instagram, and I
already brought you
on the guest list.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. We have a photo together, and with all the other
bands. Sure.
Because we love as well the other people in the band, so we take a photo together.
People always forget about the guys. I don't know why.
And I'm gonna bring a pillow in case we want to sleep after.
Yeah.
I say if it's the game we got paid. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you for everything, and greetings to your recent wife, girlfriend, companion, partner, fiance.
Thank you. I will.
Fiance, and have a beautiful rest of the day. And thank you for your music.
You too. Thank you so much for your words. Bye.